started a new podcast. We're at the Big Woods Whitetail Podcast headquarters. It's good to be back with you guys.
HQ.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Hayden.
Courtesy of Hayden.
Welcome, everyone.
Thanks for the space.
Thank you.
Of course.
For you guys watching, we did get new decorations, as you guys can see. We're trying to do our best on our end to have a good quality factor for y'all, so that way we can kind of make a little bit of progress every single time.
Very sparse decorations.
Yeah, Myron did some great decorations over
Looking
there.
at that wall, a little bit
Yeah,
bare
it looks
yet,
great.
but-
Yeah, dude. High five.
Yeah, we'll get some stuff. We're going to outdo you guys on yours.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But
Oh.
Next
a little
one, just
competition.
watch. We're going to have this wall done.
yeah.
Everybody
Nice.
go home.
And you're going to
Let's
come
see
here
it.
and be like, oh, man.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
All hooked up. Like, what are you going to put on the wall?
I don't know.
It's a big secret.
Yeah, it's a big secret.
Yeah.
Got some
Nice.
ideas.
We got to think what the Cali boys are going to do here.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Couple items have already been falling off the wall.
Yeah.
command strips not holding.
Yeah. Just got to nail that stuff.
But hey, Big Woods Whitetail is at it again with the
Mhm.
Southern California boys and the Southeastern Pennsylvania boys.
Yes,
Gerald,
sir.
myself, Myron, Hayden, Eric.
Yep.
Sent down again to talk about hunting.
You know,
and
we've never
whatever
done that.
comes up.
We've never given an introduction on who we are.
We haven't.
No. Maybe
Leave
we
some
maybe
mystery.
we should start real
We
quick.
should probably do
Yeah,
that.
Let's just give it. Let's start.
And we don't have to make big deal out of it. I mean,
I want to
we're-
know your life story and your social
Oh,
security
boy.
number.
Listen, you're not from Lancaster County without the last name Stolzfus, all right?
Plus, you'll probably need to know who our parents are and our grandparents and all that. That's
We're not
how you
playing
do around
that
here.
game.
Yes. Yes.
So Gerald and I are brothers. Myron, Gerald, Stolzfus, Southeastern Lancaster County. Very classic of this area. German descent. Just is
We're getting heritage
One
over here.
step away from
Exactly.
the Amish heritage.
that's all you're getting out of us.
So, Myron, raise your hand because you said it very quickly.
Yeah.
Gerald, raise your hand.
Both hands.
Boom, there it is. Special one.
What kind of special we're talking about? Very special.
So you guys are brothers.
Brothers, yep.
Bro Stoltzfus.
I'm the
Stolzfus.
older, mature
Stoltz-
one.
Yep. There you go.
I saw that look over
Uh-oh.
there, Myron.
Can't change the subject quick.
No need to say anything.
All right. So we're the Cali boys.
That's us. That is
So-
us.
You've been here for a few years already.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Well, how did you guys meet? Because you guys are like suspiciously
that.
close.
Yeah.
What's going on
It was
here?
all through. So I'm Hayden, by the way. Hello, everyone. This
I'm
is
Eric.
Eric.
and what are your last names?
Caballero?
Caballero.
That's the white
Hayden
way of saying
Caballero.
it. Yeah, that's the white way of saying
Caballero.
it.
You
Yeah,
like
Okay.
sound like a wild Indian tribe.
yeah. And that's
Yeah.
Ferraro over
Yeah,
there.
Ferraro over here. Eric Ferraro. Just like Ferrari, just with an O at the end. Italian.
But you've known each other for all your lives, pretty much?
We were probably teenagers when we met.
We met
Okay.
through
You met
music for
school?
music.
Yeah, so we met
no,
Oh, through music?
through
Yeah.
med school.
No, I said through
I was
school.
like,
I said med school.
Oh.
it was through Craigslist.
Yeah, we
Are
met
you
through,
serious?
yeah, we
Because
met
you were
through
looking for
Craigslist.
mutual.
Did I put out an
music?
ad? I think we
Yeah,
my
they-
little
Are you
band group
serious?
put out an ad.
Yeah, they
That's cool.
had an ad out
Yeah.
for a singer for their band. And so I went over to Hayden's place. So the first time I met him was at his parents' house. They were having band practice in the garage.
That's awesome.
And I went there and I was like, these guys suck.
Like, seriously?
Yeah, legitimately. I was
We were
like,
pretty
man,
bad.
these guys suck. But I liked Hayden. So I liked him a lot. So he started coming around to my place. And there was one other kid named Jack who was
Yeah,
a part of the little thing that we were doing. But Hayden and I really hit it off together. So we started just making music that way. And then I was able to pluck Hayden out from what he was in. And then we started creating a new band. And then
downhill from there.
Yeah,
You
we did all
rescued
the
you.
Yep. Yeah,
we did all the
rescues. Yeah,
fun
I don't know
little-
if I'd say that.
the fun little band stuff. But
So,
Yeah.
so what style of music was this?
This
Oh.
was like old.
You'll have to throw up a little demo here
Yeah,
in a minute.
yeah.
Pull
I
up
don't
any
know.
clips
we
from
don't
back
want
in
to
the day.
scare people.
Yeah.
No, I want to see this. Throw something on there. You have something?
Oh.
If you can dig it up at some point.
Yeah,
So you
so-
guys became like fast friends after you met through music.
Yeah, it
and-
was pretty quick. Like we started meeting up just to do more and more music, and then he had like a little studio set up at his house, so I was just always going down there. He's in Orange County, and then I was down in like the San Gabriel Valley area,
Yep.
Inland Empire area.
And I mean,
so-
that's just completely different than this area.
oh, I know.
Oh, it's night
it's
and
a
day.
different world.
I like it a lot more out here, and I know that's probably just me saying it because I've been out there for so long, and it's just something new for me out here. But it's just like a slower pace of living.
oh yeah,
It's
for
just
sure.
different.
It's
There's
different.
greenery.
Yeah,
It's
all the
crazy.
green.
Were you weren't in the city? You were more.
I was like, no, it was like a suburb area. It was like
Yep.
40 minutes from LA. no traffic.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours with traffic. Probably.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, all
it's-
the coastal areas, even southern part of the United States, you come up here, it's just the green trees and
Yeah.
mountains of
Well,
green trees.
But California's beautiful too, though.
Well, yeah,
that
Very
was,
is,
that was the
I
thing
mean,
for myself. So in high school because I played baseball in high school, I also took a first period. So I was done with class by 10:30 a.m. I was actually just telling my nephew this yesterday because he goes to the same high school. But by 10:30, I was already heading to the beach. So I would drive to the beach at 10:30 every single day with some other buddies who were on the same schedule that I had. And then we would literally just go hang out at the beach all day
That's crazy.
until we had to come back for baseball practice. So every single day I was just down at the beach during high school.
Yep.
So that's why it's different because going out there,
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's a desert.
Yeah.
So going from where we
Yeah.
were and then now coming out here, that was the first thing. Like my wife, Mariah, she was just like, dude, the first time you were here, all you couldn't stop talking about how green it was. And I was like, I've never seen this in my life. I'm like, you guys don't understand. Like around
because
me,
she's from here.
yeah, she's from
Yeah.
here. So then like for us, like we know because we just played golf the other day.
oh yeah.
It's just green. Every course is green. Where we play, it's dirt.
Yeah, the golf
Really?
courses
That's
are
crazy.
beautiful.
And
No.
and I finally made the commitment to come out here. Eric was trying to get me to for a little bit, but my sister also went to college out here.
Oh, she did? Oh, I
yeah,
didn't know that.
Chestnut
Okay.
Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I visited a few times, coming out here to see her, and even then I was like, this is awesome, man.
Really?
Yeah. So, and then I have a buddy in Philly too, so it kind of all worked out.
Yeah.
It all worked out, and then we found you boys.
Because Eric, you were here for what, 4 years before you moved in here?
This is about my 4th year now,
Okay.
or a little after 4 years right
Okay.
now.
yeah,
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's a different world for sure. So it's really cool to have where you guys came from connecting with us because we were born in an area like really rural in the countryside. Like
Mhm.
our uncle had a farm which wrapped about halfway around us. We had an uncle on top of the hill, had a trucking company. We had 5 acres down below. My grandfather had 50 acres of woods
Oh.
behind us. He had ponds. At one point, put a fence around it and put in wild buffalo. And we had horses, and I would like get on the horse and corral buffalo.
really.
Like that's how.
That's
so
a
it's a
different
complete-
way to live, man.
It's completely different, you
That's
know.
crazy, yeah.
Than it was just a completely different experience. It's really cool to merge these worlds
Mhm.
Yeah,
and talk about it. And have you guys sharing interests in hunting and get so interested in the outdoor space. And then we have
Yeah.
kids that are getting into it. It's so cool to share that with new people, and then the next
Yeah.
generation. It's a lot of fun.
That's why I
Yeah.
just see it as like such a fascinating thing because Hayden and I talk about this too. Is like we have buddies who I've always been interested in hunting. A lot of guys are actually very interested in hunting down where we're from. A lot of people are really into it, but it's just not a thing.
it's not accessible.
Yeah,
out
it's
there.
not something that people talk about, let alone go do. And that's why it's something that I feel like it's just been very passed down from family members or some like kind of the way that you guys got into it, where that's like for us is like, I've always been interested, but I've never had anyone who knew, never had anyone who did.
The
unless
opportunity just wasn't there.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I've had
Yeah.
family who's owned farms in Northern California. That's Northern California. That's far. But then I have other families who live elsewhere who have done this stuff. But it's just such a difficult barrier of entry because of the location and kind of the culture of the people there. It's not
Absolutely.
something that
Yeah.
is embedded into the culture, and because of that, it just makes it a little bit more complicated to get into. And that's something I know for ourselves, our friends and things. I get to talk to my buddies about, hey man, like this is something really exciting. And I've got guys who are full country boys wearing country boy hats, wearing shit kickers, all that stuff, man. And they are so interested in hunting, but they've never done it.
Yep.
And they get
Yep.
to see the things of us even going out, some of the clips, and they're just like, dude, this is incredible. And I'm like, man, like it's a different world. You have to go out and see it.
I wasn't even interested, to be
Right.
honest. Like, and then we went out with
It
you
wasn't
guys.
really on your radar.
It wasn't on my radar at all. Even like coming out here, Eric like hinted at it a couple times, I think. But then when we went out, I was like, man, this is awesome. Like I just had no idea,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's like an itch to like go out again.
Yeah.
And that kind of like fits perfectly with like your mission statement for Big Woods, our mission statement. It's just like getting the people who don't even know about it. Maybe they know of it, but not necessarily as deep as you guys know about it, as we're starting to learn. It's something that we get to show people and like
Mhm.
because the culture's shifting, and there-
Yeah.
people today are opposed to it. This whole
yeah,
animal rights movement, it's crazy. People are wanting to ban hunting.
Mhm.
It used to not even be talked about. You know, people are just completely unrealistic
Yeah.
about what it's about.
right.
So many people, they don't know what it's about. They have
And-
no clue.
And that's why, like for us, it's been so interesting. It's been something that every single time we go out, we love it more and more. And it's a completely different experience than we've ever had. And I know like we talk personally on our own about how awesome it is. It's like Hayden goes out there, he feels like a sniper, dude.
Yeah.
And
It's
he,
so
like,
cool.
it's so cool.
I think it's inherently
Like,
in guys. I mean, I don't care how, little kids, little boys, they just want to take stuff, weapons. They want to take game. They want to kill things. They want to shoot things. They want to take control. They want to have dominion over.
Yeah.
Personally, I believe it's scriptural, right? It is. You know, scriptural reference on would have dominion over the animals. That was set in, you know, from the beginning of time. So it's inherently in our nature.
Right.
Yeah, that's that warrior mentality that's got to come out. You know, you got to get back into the adjust my mic here. But yeah, you got to go out, hunt something, drag it back to the cave, and provide for your family, right?
Exactly.
Like I said, it's built into you.
Yeah,
it really is.
I also see it too as as I'm getting older, I'm becoming more conscious of what I put into my body, and that's something that I personally care about what's being put into the meat. And so for myself, I've been really interested in hunting because there's no cleaner way to have
venison is
and have good solid meat than getting it from hunting.
Your traditional grocery store, the meat's trash.
I noticed that. It's like it's the chicken breast are pumped full of a bunch of stuff, and like everything is just pumped full of things.
Pink slime.
I'd rather us go out there and it's like we have to work for it. We put an effort. It's not just being taken somewhere to be slaughtered, and we get to actually treat the animal and eat every single piece of it. And I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand.
You can't fake that blood after you got the deer.
Blood on your hands. Yeah.
I think it's something that a lot of people don't understand of like, this is the humane thing to do.
It is.
And where people have the opposite perspectives where we're from, where it's like, no, you don't understand. There's so much waste and all these other things through grocery stores where going this route, actually hunting, doing this, that's the right way to do it.
Well, the wild game is roaming free. Right. And then we have to mass produce in kind of like factory settings, but these things are raised in small areas where this is wild game that we're going out to, you know, so their
definition of free range,
100%.
Animals.
And where are we currently at with the season?
So it's November or October 21st.
Correct.
Yeah. October 21st. So this is where, again, like we talked about before, early season is a lot of fun. You're hunting the game in the natural habitat during, predominantly it's natural movement, right? And you're tending to hunt over food a little bit more and just trying to get into where the deer or the buck are, or the doe if you're after those. But that's more the natural movement early, so it's difficult because they're not making any mistakes. But as we talked about before, as the season goes on and the buck's testosterone begins to climb, they start making mistakes, to get on their feet more, they're traveling more, they're starting to lay, scrapes and rubs and sign that, hey, I'm the dominant buck in the area. And they start talking to each other through the scrapes and rubs, right?
And it's all about preparing for the breeding season, basically. There's however many weeks of when these doe come into estrus, and there's only so many weeks where they can be bred. And these bucks are ramping up.
They're excited.
Like you said, testosterone's climbing. So they're starting to walking around, scent checking different places. They'll go upwind of where the doe are, scent check, see which ones are ready to breed. They're just getting fired up, man.
And that's what's great about the season. It gets better as it progresses.
Yep. So they're just going, and they're just out and about.
And this is pre-rut?
This would be like the pre-rut.
Getting into the pre-rut.
We're definitely into the pre-rut. By the third week of October, you're into the pre-rut, and the activity's moving. We're starting to see the movement slowly increase.
Yeah. And prime time is like when you said, like November?
Prime time, for sure.
Kind of
first
phases.
week of November, I'd say from like the Halloween time frame until the second week of November is just prime. And it's a little different states, but it's mostly the same.
Yeah.
And over that time, they're chasing, they're on their feet, they're moving, they're checking, they're laying scent, they're just active.
And have you guys been out since the last time we talked and seen anything pick up a little more? Or
so we were just up Thursday to Sunday last week.
Okay.
And it was Gerald and myself and his son Weston and my son Tristan. And we separated, and the activity was still low.
Okay.
Very typical. We saw some deer, but very few. but the cameras are starting to light
Starting
up.
to pick up a lot.
Weston had a really neat bear encounter.
Oh yeah, he did. It was
really
cool.
neat bear
We got
encounter.
some footage actually of a
300-pound bear,
10 yards of him.
Really?
Oh, we got to get that footage.
It
This
from
came
him.
in
I have
and
it.
Oh,
yeah.
you do?
It came in until it got down into his wind, and it's like started just really creeping and looking around.
Oh,
just,
wow.
He's like licking his lips, trying to figure out what was going on.
Oh,
and all of a sudden
man.
he turns and bam, he was out of there.
What kind of bear?
It was
It's
a black bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
a good size, 350 pounds. I don't know how big it was. He was a good size, and he stood up like he was there. A couple times he stood up
Yeah.
against with his back against a tree, and he's like
Rubbing
itching his
it.
back. That's really
That's
cool.
awesome.
When was bear season again?
It actually opened this Saturday. He saw it Thursday, of course. So 2 days before the bear season opened, this thing was 10 yards from him.
You want to play the video?
So it's
You got it on here. Let's check it out.
and he don't have great footage of it. It's just with his phone, and he didn't. Did he have it on a camera arm? I don't think he did.
No, so it's a
it's-
little blurry, but this bear
But some
comes
of it's
down.
cool. It's great.
It's really neat. We should probably actually let him share, but it comes down to him within 10 yards, and as it's coming in, it stands on its hind legs, backs up to a tree, and like, what's that movie? The bear deer, open season.
I think I know what
kids'
you're
movie,
talking
the
about.
animated movie.
Oh,
And he's
jeez.
standing there like rubbing his back on the tree. He did that 3 times. It's such a cool video.
Was Weston scared?
Let's go
I
ahead and
I don't think so. I mean, they're pretty harmless
So this
for
is
the
the
most
one.
part.
Play the one before. Can
One
you play the
before?
other one?
yeah.
So
This
this
is the
one
last
here
one.
is right where he hit his scent line,
Mhm.
and all of a sudden his demeanor changes.
Oh,
He
you can
starts
see it.
winding
Oh.
Weston.
Yeah.
So we'll play this here. So look at him rubbing the tree.
He's standing up, scratching his back,
Look at this guy,
Wow.
dude.
and he said he stood up probably 7-8 feet tall. When he was standing
He's a
No
up.
good sized
way.
bear for sure.
Wow.
I wish he'd had a really good camera with him, but
Then he drops down and comes to the next one. Look at that.
he
Isn't that a
really
great
had an
shot?
itch, man.
And so you don't encounter these a ton in the woods.
No,
Yeah.
this is pretty
I mean,
rare.
you can hunt for many years and only have 1 or 2 encounters with black bear.
Uh-huh.
Or it's some guys like they'll see him all the time. It's one of those things you never
Yeah.
know.
And of course, it's always a day or two before the season or
Yeah.
after.
Right.
So this was
during is
Thursday
like-
evening during the evening hunt, and on
Look
Saturday
how
he could
close
have.
he got.
And on Saturday he could have shot
Yeah,
it.
he was probably about 8
Oh,
yards.
So here it
one
comes
point.
down. Now it smells his scent. Look, he's starting to wind him.
Yeah.
And watch how his demeanor completely changes when he gets over here to the tree.
Man, that guy looks big.
He is big. That's at least 300 pounds. See,
Look
right
at
here,
him.
look.
He's-
See, he's huffing. He's smelling.
Oh, yeah.
His scent is drifting towards him right here.
That's a big one.
It's real nice. And then he turns and just takes.
So Weston's up in his
He's
tree stand
gone.
right now.
He's like right
Yeah.
here.
And he wasn't very high.
Right.
He was only up about 8 or 10 feet.
Yeah.
This is 10 yards. This is like twice the length of this room.
He's almost looking right at
Yeah,
him.
look at him,
Yeah,
man.
if
he's-
this would have been 2 days later, it'd have been a
He would've
perfect
perfect
opportunity.
Yeah.
Now watch
Yeah.
this. See, he's out.
There you go.
Oh,
There he
yeah.
goes.
Terrified. That's the one predator black bear is a human.
Yeah, and
They
they're
don't
not
have-
aggressive towards humans.
No,
right?
they're,
Yeah,
the
typically
black
they're
bears
terrified
aren't.
of humans.
Yeah,
they're
the black
terrified of
bears
humans.
are.
I mean, there's been some encounters, but
There
typically
was
where you
one
get
this year again.
there was
but
a
very
black
rare.
bear, but
Yeah,
it's
very rare.
extremely
It's
rare.
the brown bears you got to look out for, right?
Yeah,
Grizzlies.
you're,
the
you're in
grizzlies.
more danger of slipping and twisting your ankle. Than,
And we don't have those in this area. I mean, this is
Oh,
pretty
really?
much the only bear we
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Is black bears.
That's awesome, though.
Really
that
don't
was
have
cool.
to fear them for the most
so
part.
that was a cool experience.
Yeah.
And then that week I was seeing 2 really nice mature buck fall into like a slot on this one ridge,
Mhm.
right? And
But the wind was kind of tough.
so that was a difficult part. It seems like a majority of our defined sits or locations or spots that we have picked out are not great with a north wind. And we had a predominant north wind. So
Mhm.
we were hunting some fringe areas, doing some scout hunting. But it's always so much fun because, every single time you go out, it's an opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
So you'll go out into public land or go into a different area where you never hunted and do, like I said, scout hunting where you move in, you kind of have an idea where you're going based on your research or that, haven't been through that area before.
Mhm.
And then you find sign as you go and then hunt the sign that you find.
Right.
So that's kind of what we were doing the first couple of days. And then the wind shifted into that southeastern southerly
It
wind.
was pretty south.
Yeah,
on
and
Saturday
then
but
we have a ton of locations on the
Mhm.
southern wind.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Public, private, and everything. So we slipped into a little bit of hunting on the private land. I had gone into the back corner of a property because last year this time, our target buck we've talked about him
Oh,
before.
yeah. Yeah.
He was in this slot all of last week. He showed up 4 times in 1 week,
Mhm.
and this week he showed up like today again. last year he showed up 3 times in one day.
You got it today again?
Yep.
Where was it at?
No, I'm saying last year this time.
Oh, right. Got it.
So they kind of tend to fall like that same 7 to 10 day window.
Mm-hmm.
So I had kind of taken a chance to slip in the back door in the back corner of our property and on a sit, but I didn't see anything that sit either. So
it's crazy because a lot of times a doe will come in heat pretty much the same time every year. I mean, within a close, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll find a doe. If he knows a doe is in an area, he'll visit them one year. And the next year he might visit them the same time, knowing they're coming in heat that time.
I see.
So you can sometimes pattern them, or sometimes they're going for food, so it's not always the same.
Yeah.
But they're historically repeating their patterns kind of predictably from year to year. Not always, but
not always, but
that's crazy.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
So that's why I'll like collect the data. So any daylighting buck from like middle of September to the end of November, I'm going to document and I'm going to mark it down what day they were at what location.
Yeah.
To just learn those patterns. It's just more intriguing.
Just
than anything.
1% you can add on to your success rate.
Yeah.
Take that little low percent rate and stack stuff.
Yeah.
Every advantage you can get to make it. I mean, it's such a game.
It is. And so Gerald and Tristan slipped into the back. So you hunted. So Semi he's working like the public piece, the bottom of this public piece, and then up in the top corner of our property. That's kind of his.
Yep.
Is that where we were?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were right in that area.
Yeah. So I was like, it sounds
that
like
trail
where
we walk back is kind of the top end of his home range, which we think so.
Mm-hmm.
It extends up into our property and down into the public.
Man,
so he hunted you hunted a hot scrape, and Tristan hunted an area where he kind of moves through a lot and hits another.
When you say hot scrape, what do you mean by that?
So a deer will go through an area, and often I'm trying to kind of break it down for guys that are new like yourselves. Like they'll scrape the ground, right, and they'll lick branches, and they'll leave their glands scent on the branches, and they'll leave their scent on the ground.
Pee in that.
Yeah. So it's like a fresh.
They'll put their print. They'll come in and scrape it up and open up this area. They like the bare dirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They'll put like a paw print oftentimes there. They'll leave their scent through their foot, and then they'll rub the branches. And there's all kinds of different glands on a deer that they leave the scent, and they can distribute that information to a lot of other deer moving through the area.
Mm-hmm. Like a turf territory thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So for example, I sent Eric a couple photos of a deer that's moving into a slot that I'm moving in on.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really interesting. So on Saturday night, I went out to this area to move in on. The wind finally shifted. It's about a 2-mile hike. A mile and a half, 1.75 miles back in on a public piece. So we walked this long trail in. So we had to kind of find our access. So we walked in this long trail and up this pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is along a point. So go back to that other photo, Eric. This is along a top, and there's a funnel. I'd set this camera up here because there's a tree that's over here that fell down, and they're running this point. And there's another tree here, so they're falling through the slot. That's why I put the camera there. Anyway, he starts daylighting all of a sudden in the past like week and a half. So now I've seen him like 3 times. So now that's what I consider kind of a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually had the right kind of wind where the wind was coming across and going over the mountain that way.
I see.
So I moved in on him on Saturday night. Weston came with me, hunted like 600 yards down further at a different elevation to catch him across that movement. And so it was a lot of fun. I sometimes you go out in the hunt, and if you have a deer on a pattern, it's a lot of fun. The excitement level is so much higher.
Yeah.
And then this guy comes in the back corner of our property on Sunday night, and right at dark, like right as it was getting dark.
Is that the entryway in? Is that the road?
This is the very back corner of my property on the other side.
Oh, this is where...
This is an old dirt road. This is up against like a lease land.
So you set up tree stand this direction.
Right here.
Yeah, we set,
here actually with tree
that's
stand.
That's where we set it up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you were up there.
I remember. Yeah.
So he comes into that movement. So this is a buck that I've seen before, but only a handful of times. So it's really interesting to see him come into the property this time, because if you're getting buck coming onto your property and hitting your cameras late at night, there's a good chance they're coming from a good distance. But if they're coming in just at dark or during the daylight, they're close.
Yeah.
The movement sometimes another sign that they're moving in.
And those were 2 different ones.
Those are 2 different deer. So
that's crazy
Eric,
how you can tell.
Neither of these were the
I don't know
target
if you
deer.
can open or not, but I sent you a video of Semi himself working a scrape. Gives you an idea of what it looks like when they work a scrape.
That'd be cool to see.
I don't know if you can pull it up or not, but that's perfect example.
Perfect example.
Our Semi's
days.
days.
It's really bad quality. I got to send it to you a different way. Oh, don't play any sound. That might have a...
Okay.
So he's he's rubbing. He has like orbital glands on his head.
On his forehead.
He's
like
rubbing
right
on the
here.
trees to let his scent there, and then he's scraping the ground. And then usually, a lot of times, they'll pee into there, into that ground.
So he's making a pocket here.
Yep. And then it's crazy because next deer will come along and know who's been there. It's like Facebook. They know who's been in the area.
So Facebook for
who's
deer,
going where. Yeah, it's kind of a
that's cool to
social
see.
hub almost.
So that's him leaving a scrape. So and see the branch hanging down?
Yeah.
They'll leave their scent on that.
Directly
on
on
the
it.
ground.
Crazy.
And they're moving to the woods and they'll notice that open spot on the ground. Now, if you go back to that buck during the daylight photo and that other one, it was really interesting. A little bit of information on working these spots. So when you find them, you want to. There'll be like a scrape line. They'll leave a line of scrapes, right?
Every so many yards,
so we
make
came
another
in
one.
across this top
in a
on this
direction.
side because they often come from over here as they work into this area here. So I snuck in this way, got into the stand, hunted over here in one of these trees.
Okay.
And then on the way back out, I went out, and they're often just below that ridge line. There'll be a scrape line, and sure enough, he had 3 heavy scrape lines under pine trees.
So you can see it because they're digging into it.
They're digging
So
into it.
Scrape
So
back.
you can see everything.
There'll be a broken branch above it where they're rubbing and hitting that, and he had a perfectly straight line along the edge of that ridge where he was leaving his scrape line.
And the crazy thing, the doe will hit them too, especially earlier in the season.
fawns.
Doe will hit them, the fawns will hit them.
Yeah.
And these buck can come down, smell the scrape, or even go downwind and smell what all hit that scrape and know what's coming through, what's in the area. If a doe is, they scent check these doe to see when they're coming into heat, ready to breed.
Is their sight line pretty much always level or down? Like, and I know you're pretty camouflaged as best as you can up there, but can they see you?
Absolutely.
I guess they can see.
Yeah. I would say their number one is their nose.
It's just a smell.
Their nose guides the deer. But they have very good eyesight. They can see very well in low light.
And I don't think they're looking up in the trees, but if they see a movement, they'll catch
you. Yeah.
It's not uncommon. You'll be out there and the deer will come through and it'll look up at you.
Right.
It's not uncommon. Last year, the buck I shot comes in, hits my scent line where I'd walked in and looked right up at me.
Oh, really?
And there wasn't a lot of options for being hidden up in the branches, but he spotted me. Then he turned and tried and turned on the side, and that's when I shot him.
He didn't jolt right away?
Not right away,
okay.
no, but he was definitely suspicious of that.
Their eyesight isn't great. Like they see certain colors better, but the movement, their eyes, something about their eyes, they can pick out movement. And plus they can see
their
both.
peripherals.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely, because their eyes are more on the side.
Yeah.
We're out the front.
That's interesting.
We should pick this. I like this conversation a lot. I have a lot of questions about this. We should pick this up on the next podcast.
Yeah.
So next episode that we do, we should let's touch base on this because this is really interesting.
Yeah.
Like that's being able to see that and kind of understand them, digging in how they're marking their scent and how they can actually tell other doe can see that and be like, oh, someone's here and have that. That's super awesome. And how you guys are able to pinpoint how you were moving from one to the other. One stand to the next, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're definitely passing along information. It is one big chess match, and that's what makes it fun. It is so hard. It is so common. You'll be over hunting this spot, and 3 miles away, your camera will blow up, and there he goes by dailing on another one. It's so frustrating, especially for the rut. They really start changing their patterns. The thing about the rut is that now they're just moving more.
Yeah.
Right. Where earlier in the season, their movement's just so.
It's more calculated.
Some people will say, a buck will go nocturnal, right?
Yeah.
They're daylighting somewhere, but I think a lot of times, especially the mature buck, as soon as they start feeling that pressure and guys are going in early in the season, I think a lot of guys make mistakes where they'll go in this year, archery season opened on October 4th. They'll go in the day before or 2 days before and they'll go out and set up their tree stand and mark their spot. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Now you get all these hunters going out doing this, right? Even 20% of the guys do that, which is probably common at about 20. I don't know what the percentage is. Now you're giving information to you're laying your scent everywhere. You're telling them, here we come.
Especially the smart ones have been through 4 or 5 hunting seasons.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, people are starting to walk through the woods. Okay, I know what's coming.
They know.
Bam, they dive into thick stuff,
and now they're
just
see ya.
Disappear for a little bit.
Where they might be a little bit more liberal in their movement. Now they just define their movement down. And some of these big buck are known to move very short distances during the day.
Yeah.
And at night they do their feeding and travel.
Wild.
So that's why they're hard to kill.
Yeah.
And as soon as they detect you coming, see you, hear you, smell you, they're in the thicket somewhere. They're dipping in somewhere else where other people aren't, and they're safe.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge of the mature deer, because every year he gets smarter.
Yeah.
And somehow they remember.
Yeah.
And they'll just, I don't know, they tuck that information away somewhere, and they get harder to kill every single year.
Yeah.
If every time you stepped outside of here, you were hunted.
I mean,
your
in our
strategies,
area,
you would get smart.
In our area, it doesn't take long. They're pressured enough that a 4 or 5 year old deer is pretty mature deer.
Yeah.
And he's going to be smart.
We're fortunate in our area. Archery hunting is not. There's not a ton of people.
Right, but in rifle season, you'll have droves coming through
they're
there.
everywhere. So that's why rifle, it's kind of over for me. But
yeah, it's still a lot of pressure.
One last question before you wrap up and take it to the next week. Are semis days limited?
I sure hope so, man. He's getting the best of us.
Is he?
We got it. We got to nail him.
All right.
Starting to get irritating.
Every year, though, the problem is that there's always enough of other nice buck around that we're always like, we're focusing on one or two, and then something shifts, and then we get our, like, I showed you a couple buck. Now I'm kind of focused on them.
He's not our only focus.
Oh, okay.
But we have the most history with him, so he's, and I'm kind of getting fond of him. So if he makes it, that's fun too.
I'm going to say some prayers, and we hope his days are limited.
Yeah.
And on that one, boys,
we'll see
you.
you
Podcast.
See you next week.
Let's get to the next one next week. All right.
Take care.
See you.
Amen.